What is up, YouTube? It has been a long time. I started a series about doing a bodybuilding show, and then I stopped posting videos about 3 weeks before my bodybuilding show. So I want to just start off with a little recap of that. Before we do anything, why don't I just show you guys what the look finished like? Alright guys, so that was what third place in my class at the Northern KY Grand Prix looked like for me this year. First time stepping on a bodybuilding stage. I'll say I still have visions of like the moment I first stepped on stage and what I felt like. I think it was like this like safe haven almost. The light was in your eyes. You couldn't really see the crowd that much. The music was pretty decent selection, thankfully. And then it was just like I was back in front of the mirror every morning at 6 a.m. in my house, like just focusing on what I'm supposed to be doing. It was kind of this mental clarity that I don't normally find in a way. I think I've been looking for that clarity in life since the show, and it's not in things in the same way as it was that day. But about around the time I posted that last video pre-show, I was going through some struggles. Had like a 2.5+ year relationship end. I think it was 3 weeks before I stepped on stage. So obviously I was working through some stuff the last few weeks of prep before we stepped up. I didn't let myself down at the end of the day. There was definitely a couple moments of weakness in that last few weeks where, looking back, I could have done a little bit better of a job. I could have dialed things in just a touch more, could have paid more attention to the data that I was collecting on myself and put that to use rather than kind of flying by the seat of my pants on a day or two because I let emotions get the best of me, right? Everyone says you're bound to have these crazy experiences during prep. Like, it always happens during prep is the quote I've heard a lot. But I think the fact is, like, life just continues on. I decided to commit to doing something. The rest of the world's not just going to stop to revolve around that, right? So relationships still go on, friendships still go on, responsibilities still go on. Like, I am thankful that things didn't escalate in my life because of prep. I think prep was something that was going on. I had personal stuff that was also going on. I don't know that the personal stuff was affected all that much by the prep. I think it was what needed to happen in my life. I've been in a really good spot for at least a few days, but like this last month, I've really been slowly climbing mentally. I've been in a health phase since the show. It's been about 8 weeks of I'm getting 4 or 5 protein feedings a day, making sure I'm keeping that high. The rest of the time, it's kind of more intuitive eating. I'll have a meal here and there. Definitely a couple days after the show, we went a little harder than we should have. Checked the scale, and I don't remember what I was up, but holding a lot of water, a lot of bloat. So then that Monday, we kind of got back on track. It hasn't been like tracking every single thing that goes into my body since the show. It's been a bit of a mental break without going crazy, right? I stepped on stage at 187. This week I was 197 waking up. So this is what that looked like on chest day this week. This little clip here. So the body's still holding up, I think. With that being said, next phases are starting. It's time to put on size. 2026 is basically, the rest of the year is going to be a mix between massing phase, putting on size, taking a little bit of a back off health-wise, probably drop calories like maintenance. So the way I have it in my head, this isn't solidified or anything yet, but the way I have it in my head, to start Monday for sure, and then I'm looking at probably 12 to 16 weeks for this first phase. We'll see how the body's holding up, how training's going in the gym, everything like that. So after that's done, we will probably take another 6-8 weeks. We will back off food just a little bit, drop to like maintenance calories. After that's done, check the health out, make sure we're good to go. Right back into probably another push phase. So the goal here is not to gain 5 pounds a week, right? Ideally, if I could just write down a number and that was what the scale was going to go up every week, I would probably want to be between half a pound and a pound. Like if I put 16 weeks and actually somehow managed to put 16 pounds of solid fucking tissue on my body, that would be crazy gains in that time period. So if I put on 40 pounds in a 16-week time period, would I gain 18 or 19 pounds of muscle instead of possibly gaining only 16? Yeah, but I'm also going to have how many extra pounds of body fat on top of that? And then down the line, I'll go to strip the body fat off. It's more likely some of that muscle is going to come along with it. So I've managed to do this, reverse this health phase in the way I wanted to. We're at a great starting point for the next year, basically. With all that being said, we're not done. This wasn't just, let me see if I can do this one time, right? The goal was always build to something. I like the man that bodybuilding helps me be. Disciplined, in control a lot of the time. Adaptable, like there's days that I'm not in control, but you still have to get the meals in, you still have to get the training in, you still have to sleep, you still have to stay hydrated. Like these things don't go away because you have a busy day at work or because life's going hectic when you get home for the rest of the night, right? It's all about respecting myself, respecting my body, and the effects that has on my mental health as well. Like, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention, but like when I stepped on stage, I brushed by my right leg. You see the scars there, right? Like, I'm not the most emotionally healthy person in the world through this 29 years so far, but we've made a lot of strides. We made a lot of progress. So when I get on stage and I brush by some scars, I'm not trying to emphasize that anyone should ever do something like that. There's always help if you need help. Don't be afraid to reach out. If you need someone that bad, leave a comment here, and I'll reach out with a personal message, something like that. Heavy days are heavy days. Sometimes you just gotta let your emotions wash over you and not do destructive things in response. That's a problem that I had for a long time. It's a problem that I'm slowly getting better at, learning to love myself. When I say the words like, I respect the man that I am, that took me a long time to be able to say out loud. But we're there now. I know I've been avoiding eye contact with you guys a lot because that was a heavy subject. The poll I put out, you guys all voted like 30% different ways. So we're going to start with car talk. That's what today was. Next week, I'm probably going to hit you with a leg day. That'll be later in the week. I'm not going to commit to a consistent upload schedule. I'm not a professional bodybuilder, right? I have a job, I have personal life, things that I like to do that I'm chasing right now and that as well. Life's looking up though. You guys will see more from me this year than you saw last year. Probably less focus on the short form like TikToks I did last year. More focus on building content like this, like meaningful, educational. Hopefully you guys learn something or take something away from it. When we get in the gym, we're going to talk how we do things, why we do things. When we get into nutrition, same thing. I guess I just want to leave off with, if you are someone who feel like you need help in your fitness journey and you want someone you think can relate, I'm more than just, I'm not a robot, right? Like I understand we all have shit we're going through. So if that sounds like someone you could use in your life, I am doing virtual coaching. During prep, I was taking J3 University. John Jewett is an American bodybuilder. He's been to the Mr. Olympia a few times. He's won a lot of professional competitions. He's got a lot of clients that he coaches who are also like Olympia level professional athletes. Like Terrence Ruffin himself took J3U, for example, if you know who that is, big classic physique guy, third in the world last year. I'm confident that this next year of coaching myself is going to be even better than last year. I'm confident that the clients that I have right now are going to be thankful that they trusted me the way they did. And I'm confident that if any of you guys reach out, I can, if nothing else, be someone else that wants to see you succeed, right? That's all I got this week, guys. Thanks for listening. Check back periodically. I'm going to be more frequent this year. So thanks for watching. Peace.